sewage will once again be dumped into local waterways.
It happens pretty much every time we get any amount of rain here in western New York, thanks to the storms this past weekend. Nearly 1 million gallons of wastewater leaked into Lake Erie near Dunkirk. But that's only one spot where there's a massive discharge. And as 7 Eyewitness News reporter Ed Riley tells us tonight, this is a year-round problem here now.
It's in the millions of gallons every time it rains, maybe about a quarter inch or more.
It is a problem that many communities face whenever there is a lot of rain. Sewage treatment facilities become overwhelmed and sewage ends up overflowing into lakes, streams, and rivers.
The everyday person should be concerned about this because in New York State and western New York, we are regularly polluting our drinking water.
The DEC issued over 90 alerts for sewage overflows this past weekend. It affected areas from Dunkirk to Tonawanda. It is a year-round problem that occurs even in winter when snow melts.
The quantities over the course of a year for the amount of discharge, it probably totals 3 to 5 billion gallons total.
Old infrastructure is to blame.
We have older systems that were designed to combine stormwater flow and sanitary flow into the same piping system.
After stormwater pushed black sludge into the Niagara Gorge a year ago, the Niagara Falls Water Board started improvements to its treatment facility. And the city of Buffalo is now preparing to move into a second phase of a rain check program. It's an initiative designed to use green infrastructure to control storm runoff. Northeast Ohio is taking a more dramatic step.
It's a neat concept.
Cleveland is now in the middle of a 5-year project to build huge underground tunnels to hold stormwater.
And then in the days following, when it's dry, pump each of these tunnels out, treat the water, and release it into the lake.
Former Channel 7 newsman John Kosick now works in Cleveland and is covering the construction.
On average, the ratepayers of Northeast Ohio, the Cleveland area, are seeing their rates go up, sewer rates, about 10% a year.
Projects like Cleveland's are expensive, and that's why the Buffalo Niagara River keepers say it is important to keep pressure on state and federal government for additional infrastructure funding. And even though improvements are being made, many western New York communities still have a lot of old infrastructure. And that's why the Buffalo Niagara Waterkeeper estimates it could still take several years to finally get control of the sewage overflow problem. In Buffalo, Ed Riley, 7 Eyewitness News.
To really comprehend the severity of the sewage problem, we need to understand just how much sewage is being dumped into all our waterways. I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht is diving deeper into the numbers.
Overall, the number is stunning. More than 20 million gallons of raw sewage flowed into western New York waterways between Sunday and Monday night. The worst offenders in the last 2 days, Kenmore, which had by far the most discharges at 32, dumping more than 1.5 million gallons of sewage into 2 Mile Creek. Cheektowaga and Niagara Falls didn't have as many, but the amount of sewage topped everyone, with each municipality on its own dumping more than 7.8 million gallons into Scajaquada and Cayuga Creeks and the lower Niagara River. Also on the list was Seneca, which dumped 1.7 million gallons of sewage into Cazenovia Creek and the Buffalo River. And of course, the big discharge we reported Sunday night in Dunkirk, when nearly 1 million gallons of sewage was poured into Lake Erie over the course of just 11 minutes. Now, we sat and crunched all these numbers ourselves, but you can actually get an alert right here on your phone the next time there's a sewage overflow into the local creek or river near your home. You can get those alerts by going to alert.ny.gov. We also have that information on our website, wkbw.com. For the I-Team, Charlie Specht, 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, thanks, Charlie.